Hello again. Today I'm going to be talking about values. Values are key principles that underlay the foundation of our lives. We build our worldview off of the things that we value in life. We always hear talk about values and how you should stand by them, but we often don't even really know what our own values are. In my ethics class that I was taking last semester, the first assignment that I was tasked with was writing a paper about what COVID-19 meant to me. And at the end of that paper, our professor wanted a list of our values. So when I heard about this assignment, I knew that I was going to enjoy it just because I personally believe that I have a strong foundation in what I believe in. But when I was actually asked to write down and lay out my values, we were asked for a list of 10 values and a brief explanation of what each of them meant to you. So at first I was having a bit of trouble because values are more or less things that are just ingrained into our everyday lives. So it's hard to put a finger on each time I do an action and attribute it to some sort of value that I have. But when I was asked to lay it all out, here's the list that I came up with. My first value was selfishness. And I know that sounds a bit self-centered, especially in today's individualistic society, but I think it really reigns true. For me, my personal reasoning, and now looking back, it maybe could have been reworded to be self-interested instead of selfish, per se. My explanation was in terms of taking care of myself first. It's like what they say on airplanes before the flight, during the safety protocol. You put on your oxygen mask first before helping others. So that's kind of my philosophy in how I approach my own physical, mental well-being. I care deeply about my personal relationships with other people, but how am I going to be expected to take care of others if I can't even take care of myself first? So, selfishness or being self-interested is my number one value. Number two is discipline, because I can't rely on motivation to inspire my life journey. Motivation comes and goes in waves and is a temporary feeling, but discipline is doing hard work even when you don't want to. Discipline also encompasses my idea of playing the long game and delaying instant gratification for a more long-term pleasure. So my third value is family, and they have done a very good job of taking care of me and raising me to be who I am today and supporting me in all my endeavors. And that even extends to my close friends who I could consider family. I'm very appreciative of their time and efforts in being able to sustain a long-lasting relationship that I hope to continue for life. Number four is escaping my comfort zone, which is pretty self-explanatory. I value being uncomfortable to facilitate growth, and I think I've realized that I need to step outside my comfort zone every single day in order to get better. Number five is accountability, which is increasingly becoming more scarce within our society, but I prefer to take ownership of my own life and don't want to blame others or outside circumstances for my current life situation. Number six is respect, and that goes back to the golden rule of our elementary school days where you treat others how you would want to be treated. I lead with respect in the expectation that I will receive respect from others. Number seven is integrity. I take pride in my work and in what I do and how I live my life. And while I know that we don't all have the best days sometimes, there's ups and downs in life, we can't always have a perfect day. I still try to put my best foot forward and live to my life standards that I preach to others. Number eight is moderation. Nothing in excess is good for you, and I try to apply this principle to my work-life balance, although it doesn't always pan out the way I wish. And I realize there are moments where I can sometimes get carried away with work or whatever is going on in my own life and get too wrapped up that I forget about the people around me that mean so much to me. Number nine is acceptance, which is pretty straightforward. I accept reality and try not to worry about things that are outside of my control. And finally, number 10 is consistency. Consistency is key in forming the good habits that I use in my everyday life. Being consistent in my daily habits allows me to stay grounded in my principles and live a life according to those values. I'll include my full paper where I also talk about what COVID means to me in the description, so you can take a look at it if you want to read it and also see the values that I put and my own explanations for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.